Hello, everybody. How are we on this fine day? We are back again once in the lower bracket, round 3, Wacky Wraiths, and some weird thing who crawls around, I don't know. I mean, you see the picture, I don't have to say. But with me today is Black Wolf. Hi.
Hello. Oh, I'm getting a fucking phone. Wait.
Amazing. Perfect start as always. The situation for Black Wolf is about the same as for Wacky Wraiths. Everything is burning, everything is fucked up, everything is horror. If anybody has noticed, then Wacky Wraith's roster is interesting to say the least. There is 2 subs in. They don't have a jungle. They don't have a top lane. I mean, yeah. Jungle, we could live without it, but they had to put Linus into the top lane, so that's not gonna be nice, I would say.
Okay, Gank IRL is over. I'm back.
Gank IRL is over. I was just telling the viewers that your situation right now is the same as Wacky Wraith's. It's fucked up beyond belief.
Yeah, I just heard about it. Linus is playing, and their jungler is off-rolling as well, isn't he?
Yeah, but I mean, off-rolling jungler is fine, but if you have to put Linus into your lineup, then Jesus Christ.
I don't know much about Linus. Why don't you tell me about it?
Well, Linus holds the record for in this split of losing
Yeah.
every single 1v1. If I'm not wrong, he's like 0-9. So top lane is instantly lost, I would say. You just hope for your bot lane. So
So we have a curse that can be broken today, maybe.
sure, but no. Um, yeah, but no. you know,
Coping
no.
mechanism, yeah, coping.
Yeah, I'm coping. Linus is coping that he could actually win a lane, but no, it's he has seen worse days, I would say. This time he's against Cybot, so ban Gnar and you should be fine, I would say.
Is he at least the top main?
Linus, yeah, he's a top main. Not very good at it, but he's a top main.
Okay, who is he in the OP.GG?
He is. Wait, I have to check. I'm not sure what's his name right now. I think it's Sailor something. Yeah. What? Lost the roster lock-ins actually. So yeah, he's the Sailor.
I think I
PF
might have the
Sailor.
wrong ones.
PF Sailor #Pico. He's not in the multi search.
Found it. That's why I was
He's
confused.
separately there. Yeah, he's separately there.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
so he's a magnificent Emerald 3 player. Uh, if we look at his recent games in solo queue, he has been losing them. He's an arena gamer apparently. He
Hey,
does
nothing
not
wrong with a
play.
good arena.
Yeah, but you could win there. Holy. So Linus has lost his last 6 solo queue games in row.
Yeah,
Not a
he
single
was
positive
preparing
KDA.
the red carpet because he's gonna be very important in these games we're gonna see.
I mean,
I don't know
sure,
which
but
for which team, but he's gonna be important.
yeah, Cybot saying here that his head-to-head with Linus isn't so good, but Cybot, if you could win against me, then you can win against him. I mean,
It looks like we'll be
it's
heading into drafts. Any
yeah,
bans we expect? You mentioned the Nar before. Any other things?
yeah. Nar, I would assume a Caitlyn ban. I would assume
A Rel? I'm seeing a lot of Rel. High win rate. Rel, very strong pick.
Rel is decent.
Solo.
Yeah, I would say yeah. From Snek side, yes, Rel would be bannable, but and then I think it was Oriana or Jarvan that's for the Snek side. I can't remember which one. Yeah, Jarvan. I mean
Looks like the
both.
overlay is broken.
We went that we're already done with the bans. Yeah, we saw Rel, and as I said, Jarvan, Oriana, and Gnar. I knew all 3 bans.
Yeah, but it makes a lot of sense. All three of the champions are very strong on their own. If you combine them, they're even stronger. The bans on the other side make a lot of sense as well. Smolder and Rel being picked up a lot by those players that play them. Vayne, I don't see a lot, but I don't know the players very well, so you might have more information on that.
Yes, so Butner has been used to play Vayne a lot. Recently, I haven't seen him on it that much, but he does love scaling ADC. So
We got an early Tristana pick here that might be flexed into mid, could still be ADC as well. Knowing these players more than I do, do you have any clue where it might be going?
I would say bot lane. I have not seen Wacky Wraiths mid laner play a single time in his whole 40-year career.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Then
Um,
we're
yeah,
still looking at a fairly early game reliant draft, as far as I'm aware, from both sides actually.
yeah. I
Sinzhao
mean,
wants to wreak havoc. Caitlyn wants to get a little lead, maybe do something with that lead, because Caitlyn does way too much damage.
yeah, but I recently played against Snek and we lost against
Mm-hmm.
him in the upper bracket. They play that Caitlyn more as a scaling ADC, to be honest.
Ailing.
Yeah,
Caitlyn,
they are waiting for the 3 item, like the mid game spike.
okay, the Caitlyn mid game spike makes a lot of sense. Um, what I know from most Caitlyn teams is they are going to be preferring getting grubs as soon as possible. Get some grubs at least. You want at least 3, maybe 4. Just try to get as many as we can, because Caitlyn with grubs just is a sieging monster, because her range and her safety and still tower damage is so good with the grubs.
Yeah, definitely, and that gives you that extra plates and extra gold and everything. So it will get you faster to that mid game. But talking about the both teams, we are here for probably a long time because both of those teams like to play scaling. They like to go for that late game. They are not that explosive on the Rift. They usually stall out these games. So
That's quite unusual with the Xin pick on that side, though. No.
yeah, but yeah, that comes down to I would say the field jungler.
Oh wait, I forgot that he was the filter jungler. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the field jungler. So Snek is the left side, the blue side is full lineup, but the red side then is filled.
Yeah.
But yeah, usually we see from Snek, we see uh, double, maybe triple tank setup with a long range poke mid. So okay, I see Six being banned away at least. We made the mistake of leaving it open.
Ziggs can be
But
very devastating. His damage is good, but what I noticed with Ziggs is he's better in the mid game than in the late game. So you can outskill him very easily. Is that a Kali hover?
wait, that's something new from Snek. I haven't not seen that one.
It's still a hover though.
It's still a hover. I would assume something long range, but
Something I haven't seen very often in like these kind of team versus team environments is Soraka. Is that something usual for
yeah,
Wraiths, or are they just picking it
no.
because it fits in Zhao fairly?
I would say they pick it because of that, and they would want the Enchanter with Xin Xiao, and Yumi and Lulu both were nerfed this week. So
Mm. Syndra
so
being picked up makes a lot of sense with the arguments you just made with the longer
yeah,
range, like poking potential. Syndra's, she fits that still.
yeah, and we see, as I said, 2 long ranges and triple tanks.
Yeah,
It's
but now that I'm looking at it, it might actually be Tristana mid, no?
uh,
Tristana mid,
y-
Sivir ADC, or is it
yeah,
going to be
yeah, yeah.
Sivir mid?
No, it's gonna be it's
But
gonna be
then
sad.
that means Wraith is going to be trying to split up the map with Tristana Sivir or Tristana Mordekaiser being in the side lanes, trying to push them out, trying to make Snek actually split up so they can't use their very strong teamfight potential.
Yeah, definitely. I'm happy to see Vekevres actually doing something else than full team fight comp.
Mm-hmm.
So at least like Snake is doing their casual, they're still going for that whole on full on front to back team comp, just push down Aram in mid. But
It's
with
gonna be hard with a Sivir around.
yeah, with the Sivir wave clear and plus the Tristana on the side, like it's gonna be a little bit rough for them, I would say, to
Yeah,
accomplish that one.
if Wraiths plays this correctly, they have, in my opinion, a comp that could very well work into the comp of Snek. But one of the more important things that they're gonna have to be looking out for this in this game is gonna be vision control. Where do you place your vision? especially when your team is side laning, because when you get caught up once, that can cost you a lot of tempo when you're looking for this kind of team.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would say another thing is they need to get that Tristana ahead in early game. Make that Tristana have pressure, because when that Tristana is not ahead, or even worse if he's behind, then Ornn or Syndra can just wave clear in his face and nothing will happen.
Yep. But in this laning phase, the Tristana versus Syndra matchup, it's going to be really dependent on which angle Xin Zhao is looking to gank and how does the Syndra user scatter the weak. Does she save it, or when she gets ganked, does she use it when she can get a stack from it? Who is she gonna knock back? Is she gonna prefer Tristana or Xin Zhao? Hey, we have some nemesis.
Chilling with the nemesis. Yeah.
Who's getting? That's important. Who's getting knocked? Who would you
Yeah.
knock in that situation if you had to choose between the Xin Zhao or the Tristana?
Uh, that's a good question. That's
Because
actually a rough one.
on one hand, yes, you knock away the Xin Zhao, who's gonna knock you up. But on the other
On,
hand, you're getting slowed by Tristana if her W connects, and she's
yeah.
gonna stay in range for you constant while you're walking away, pumping all the damage into you. So it's gonna be a
Yeah.
really tough decision.
I would say he has to wait until the last second when Xinshao is on him, and then Q under herself, and then E towards Tristana as well, like try to get the double. That's the only
Hmm.
way she's gonna survive that one.
Yeah, but then the important part is that she doesn't get too greedy with that, right? Because that's gonna be risky if you
Yeah,
save it for that long.
yeah. And then on the Wacky Wraiths side, you just have to. I would say Tristana just has to jump in early, get a little bit of damage off, and then Xinshao can jump in and knock her up, so Tristana can get back to range or off the stun.
Yeah, definitely. And on the mid 2v2, I think Wraiths has the upper hand. On the top jungle 2v2, still Wraiths has the upper hand because Mordekaiser into Ornn is just
Yes.
really, if the Mordekaiser plays correctly, it's really unplayable for Ornn.
Yeah.
But on bot side, Snek has the upper hand, so they can be looking to play for Drakes. Even though you want those grubs with Caitlyn, if they can just secure one of the grubs, like three pieces, and then fully focus on Drakes, I think that might work.
Yeah. I would say bot lane is kind of AFKing a little bit. Thresh has to be the aggressor in that lane, and Sivir can just. But at the same time, Sivir can get the prio when they want for the Drake. So
Yeah, true, but it's the only winning 3v3, 2v2 that you have
yeah,
on the map, no?
yeah, yeah. It's a winning with the jungler, so it's the only winning one. You're completely right. So
Does Thresh still count as a ranged character, or does he count as a melee? That's actually something I don't know.
I think ranged. I would want to say ranged.
Because
Yeah,
yeah, is he
we got
ranged?
confirmation he's ranged. Yeah.
Because that
Yeah.
means that Sejuani and Ornn are the only two that can stack the Sejuani.
Yeah. Ornn and Seju are the only ones that can stack actually. Yeah.
It's not something you see often, that a team locks Sejuani this early on and then picks 3 range characters.
Yeah. I guess they will play for the Seju ults only. Seju is ult bot. I hope Seju goes for the ultimate hunter, and then just yeah, that's the only use she's gonna have except tanking.
Yeah. Which matchup do you think is going to be like one of the most important this game? Like,
I would say for Vacuum Race it's the mid lane one, and for Snek it's the bot lane one. They need
yeah,
to
I'll have to
one team needs to
agree.
get Caitlyn ahead, and the other one needs to get Tristan ahead.
Mm-hmm. Pardon me.
Because if bot goes even, then Sivir can just perma wave clear, and then you don't have any push.
Mm-hmm.
And when Tristana gets ahead, then you have the side pressure as we talked before. If you don't get side ahead, then straight 5v5, I would say that like Wraiths are in a disadvantage.
Okay, so currently Sejuani is going to path bot side. We're almost sure about
Most
that,
likely.
right?
Yeah.
Because she wants to get her bot lane ahead.
Yeah.
Since Tristana is the one on Wraiths side who needs to get ahead, she's mid lane, so it doesn't really matter where Xin Zhao is gonna be pathing.
Maybe a 3-camp mid lane.
Yeah, do you think he would start top or bot side? Because if he starts top, he can like try and maybe counter gank, or if he goes from bot to top, he can look for something cross map. What do you think? What do we
I would
expect?
say Bat bot side take the red buff at the start, and then you have a chance to look on mid with the slow and burn the flash.
Hmm?
With that extra red slow and damage.
Yeah, I mean, it makes a lot of sense. Especially because Syndra's not a mobile champion that when she gets slowed, it sounds like she's gonna dash away or something.
Yeah. She kind of
Do we have any information on how long it will take before the game starts? Just curious. Oh, we're very shortly in game. Then we actually get to see how our little predictions played out.
Yeah. And can we do a rune check on Sejuani real quick? I wanna see.
Sejuani? I don't think we can see the miners, can we?
It's the yellow tree.
Oh.
Yeah. She has the Triumph and Electricity.
What do we think about the mid lane runes? What? Syndra went for the first strike, trying to burst around Tristana as fast as she can without being hit first, while Tristana went for the lethal tempo.
Yeah, I would say lethal tempo is better in the late game, and and considering that they have 3 tanks, lethal tempo is better in the long run. But if you want to get ahead, then it should be PTA.
PTL, I mean, Halo Blades makes a lot of sense as well, no?
Hail of Blades would be decent as well, but
Because
Hail of
that's
Blades is completely useless in later on.
yeah.
PTA is still at least fine in the later stages.
And now it's not gonna have it like the fastest knockup because he's not running the Halo Blades. He went for the Conqueror. Makes a lot of sense. They want to play for late game. You already see some poking going on. I don't know why.
Yeah, and Xin Shao is also the kind of the only frontliner. Oh, and Linus is already in a little bit of an issue here. Sushi Killer, yeah, Linus
He
most
needs to
likely
burn
has the flash
flash.
there. I would flash after him actually. He should be dead there.
He could have very well died if someone decided to just go for him. But the
Yeah,
only thing is, actually, they have
they
some
know.
hell. Yeah, because
Yeah,
they saw Xin Zhao, no? Yeah.
yeah, they know that Xing Shao at least isn't on red, so it should be fine. But yeah,
It's
I
also a
mean,
good thing for Ornn that Mordekaiser starts out with being chunked out this much because now Mordekaiser cannot bully Ornn as much as he would like. So you can also see it on like the upside of.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Like you don't have to burn your flash there because then he gets back to lane quite quickly. And right now he's in a bad spot to be honest. Like
Yeah, he has no potions. He's being zoned. He's half HP, leveled like XP down.
yeah. I would say Cybot somehow managed to make the wave slow push. I feel like it could have been in the center a little bit longer.
We
But
see a lot of potions already being used by Wraiths. It's not something you like to see
yeah,
this early on.
this is not good. All of your like all except mid has to have used their potion, and we see Zacian going in there, getting a little poke of quite decent trade here. Sushi Cleaver staying a lot longer than he should have there, I would say.
He overstayed that very much. He had a good trade, and then just stayed in the Tristana bomb, and then let her stack the lethal tempo, and
Yeah,
took some more auto attacks. He could have just walked away, took as little damage as possible. And then we actually see a mid gank from Sejuani.
yeah,
It's not what we
Sejuani's
expected.
done a really weird. Maybe they thought that the jump is off the cooldown. I'm not sure. Thresh is landing a hook here. Nice, nice spell shield by Sivir there.
Yeah, I mean they could have thought maybe it was off cooldown, but Tristana procced the bomb,
Yeah,
so she just gets it back, and she didn't use it to jump out.
yeah. So I would say a little bit of maybe miscommunication, or I'm not
That
sure
kind of
what went there.
Linus already based and TP'd back. Ornn has the summoner spell advantage, and since Ornn can just craft items in lane, he doesn't have the item deficit either.
Yep. No, Oren took a base as well. He got the cheater recall by the way.
Cheater, I missed
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. He got a cheater one, so that's why he has item and full HP and mana. And we see a little trade again in the mid lane. Who's aging going? Both mid laners going kind of low, to be honest.
Mid lane is one of those lanes where you're constantly getting poked or constantly trying to look for opportunities to make sure that the other person doesn't get a free last hit.
Oh, and
Good
another
look from
hook
Thresh.
landed onto Elred. Elred walks into the trap as well, and Cupcake misses his net. Butner trying to put some damage in, but I mean, how much damage do you have as a Sivir on level 3?
Yeah, Elred had to burn heal there because otherwise he was getting
Oh yeah.
very, very low.
Oh, and we see Usaging going back in there. Actually using the flash. Mid laner still training the flash is interesting.
And Shinra kind of had to there because if she didn't flash, I don't think she would have lived.
Yeah,
You
and
look-
we see. Yeah, Mordekaiser should be out there. Bot lane is getting quite low on health and mana as well. Thresh being only one who has decent HP pool here.
This is not what I was expecting when I saw this bot lane matchup, actually. we see it like a Sivir. I'm thinking, oh, Sivir is going to have a lot of shove potential already.
Yeah, I
Maybe
mean,
she manages
no,
her mana a bit, but it looks like Caitlyn has the upper hand on shove
yeah.
even.
Can we check? Does Sivir have presence of mind? I think there might be the issue where she is completely out of mana all the time. Presence
She
of mind
does
actually
have
does
it.
have. Interesting. How are we running out of mana then? Spamming
That's a
spamming
mystery.
abilities on nothing. Oh, and that's actually Linus has gotten level 6 somehow here first.
Yeah, the wave bounced back, and Ornn had Sejuani leash a bit of XP from him. But this lane state is not very good for Linus, I think.
Yeah, with the complete vision control as well being set up in the bushes.
And look where Sejuani is right now.
Yeah, Sejuani's
She
getting the grubs, but
she does get
that's a little
spotted.
bit risky. Yeah,
She
Sejuani
does
can't do
get spotted.
those. She has
I
no
I mean,
prio in either lanes. She's completely alone there. Koji
tries to
going
get a
in for that.
sneaky little thing in.
Yeah, she has like gotten one at least. I think should be one.
They didn't. No, they. Oh wait, they did. Yeah, they
No,
did.
they should have gotten one. Yeah. So
I
she
always mix
managed to
up the
sneak away one.
icons.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense
Oh.
trying to get one for your Caitlyn, like we mentioned earlier. You really
Yeah,
want them.
yeah, and Cupcake showing off why he's named Cupcake here. Though that mechanic was clean, a triple headshot, and Elret is forced to base again.
Yeah,
Oh,
but you
and a
don't want
nice
that right
finish
now
hit
with
for
this
Butler
wave
as well.
state.
I think Putner is stepping up again after his support is down, and he just doesn't have that damage there. He went for the boots as well.
This is what we said about Caitlyn's early damage earlier. Yes, she's very strong late game still, but her early damage
Yeah,
is surprisingly high.
yeah, definitely. And if you manage to play it as well as Cupcake has been, then yeah, Caitlyn is quite scary there.
Yeah, especially with
Yep.
the Thresh that synergized so well with her kit.
Yeah, definitely. But Petar has been doing it well with the spell shield. He's not spell shielding the Thresh hook and then getting that trap away. Oh, and we can't see you getting caught here, having to flash out there and Thresh shielding him. A little bit greedy, wanting to take that pot side camps.
Yeah, got away with a little heist. Didn't get too much out of it, I believe. Still
Yeah,
down on
yeah,
CS. Doesn't have that many camps to clear for herself since now topside is coming up. So it's more trying to catch up than trying to deny that much.
yeah, definitely.
The top lane matchup is surprising me a lot because Mordekaiser is just so good into Ornn, but Ornn is like he's winning the lane, he's winning trades, he's doing a lot a lot of things really good.
Yeah, we come back to the moment that Linus hasn't won any 1v1s, so how good can his laning be?
Yeah, but if we know this beforehand, why do we save his pick for like last pick? Do we
Yes.
want to make sure that he doesn't get stomped too hard, or do we want to?
Yeah, that's one option, but option two is he's the organizer of the tournament, so you have to keep him happy. Otherwise, you might not get to play next year. So, so there is also that aspect of the game that you have to take into consideration. I see a lot of people running bone plating in this game, and I personally hate this rune.
Oh, I love it into certain matchups, but that's because I'm a mid lane player. So into certain assassins and stuff, it feels very, very useful.
Yeah, but yeah, here is I saw both top laners running it. I then Tristana was running it. Who else did I see? Somebody was running it as well.
To be fair, it does make a lot of sense for Trist because usually
Well,
the trading pattern
yeah.
of Syndra revolves around like 3 to 4 abilities / attacks. Same with Mordekaiser.
When you
Mordekaiser's
see a gank coming in mid lane, and we decided to
she's dead.
push back Xin Yeah, that's the first blood to the hands of Uzasian. Yeah, we pushed back Xin before Xin
He
used the
dashed.
dash. Yeah,
Yep.
so
That's what we mentioned earlier. Who do you want to push away? When do you want to push?
yeah.
It's still very scary. I understand that like under pressure, it's very hard to make that kind of decision.
Oh, and a nice jump away by Uzasian.
What's
Yep.
surprising me mostly is that Xin Zhao is out farming the Sejuani because I expected Xin Zhao to look more for ganks, try and get his team ahead because that's what Xin Zhao normally does, right? Look for a lot of fights early game, ganks, but he's just farming. He's full clearing, while Sejuani is the one trying to gank.
Yeah, I would say like okay, it's hard to gank top lane because every time we've seen top lane, it actually has been a better wave position for a Cybot, I would say, or like freezing it and then full stacking the waves. So it's kind of hard to gank that one. And then mid is Thermo Fiesta, and bot lane is actually feel like he could have ganked bot lane a little bit more, but his bot lane has been forced to base so much that
Yeah.
it's been weird.
What you
And when we
mentioned before, the Soraka is the older person with bone plating.
yeah,
But that's the
yeah,
one I don't really get. I would think second wind in this lane would be pretty good.
let's see,
Not
maybe
much of a bot
even
laner myself, but
I would say maybe even like what's it called, Font of Life, maybe. It's just it still would have been more useful. But
which
we
coming
see a
out?
full all in there, or Koji going down, Sailor, yeah, they're in the death realm there. Sushi Killer getting beaten up by a Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser coming out of it right now, and then yeah, Mordekaiser not making it quite on the Sushi Killer, living with 5 HP.
Yeah, unleashed power being released on the Mordekaiser just before the Death Realm ended made sure he was low enough to finish it off. Call of the Forge God was pretty good, had a really good lineup, hit some people. Soraka tried to use her wish to save her Xin Zhao, but Xin Zhao fell shortly after, didn't make that much of an impact.
Yep.
It's very
So
sad to see.
Xin Shao had ultimate up, I would, if I say.
Yes.
He did not use it.
He did get chain CC, no?
Yeah, but I feel like there still was a time between there. But we see Linus going in now, but he does not have slow, so should be fine. Bot lane fighting again. Elred dropping quite low, having to flash out of there. Elred should be going down, yeah, Elred is going down now. Butner is fighting back, trying to get that cupcake, but TP coming in as well. Uzaging going for the cupcake having to flash out. Cupcake also having to use the barrier just to stay alive, and Butner claiming Pryokan.
Yeah, but the Tristana ult knocked Caitlyn out of reach, so the barrier saved her life, and then the knockback saved her actually. Like,
Yeah,
even more.
Oren has to flash out there. Koji now using his ultimate for damage. But hey, at least he
Crescendant
found
Guard
out
doesn't
button.
have. Crescendant Guard doesn't have that much damage, does it?
Quite
It's like
low.
very, very minor damage.
Yeah.
It's like getting tickled.
Yes,
Uh,
combat damage.
it's current H. It's 15% current HP. Makes a lot
Yeah,
of
but
sense to
he
use it
was.
early in the fight, but not
Yeah.
that late.
Yeah, exactly. So it did like 150 damage, but we see a Sushi Killer being caught out again here. Nice roam by Elred.
But also, where are we running to?
Not quite sure about that one.
Because Xin Zhao just ganked top lane. So it makes sense that he based after that because of his gold he got
I
from
mean,
it, health,
yeah,
mana.
but he was full. No, he was quite full HP.
Yeah,
So he could have been on the top camps, kind of. maybe.
Ah, okay. Because I just didn't get any sense from it from kiting towards enemy blue side after Zinzao just ganked top lane.
Yeah, and also if Tristana jumps towards the top push, then most likely Xinshaw isn't there. When Tristana is telegraphing you to go bot side, then probably somebody's
Also
there.
true. I don't get the obvious hints. I only I only speculate.
Fair enough. Yeah, but let's see. 15 minutes, 7 kills. As I said, this is gonna be a little bit longer one. At least we have half a kill in a minute. That's better than I expected. Gold being dead even. 4 crabs to 2. Oh, and we see a fight in top lane. Bot lane, I mean. Cupcake being a little bit chunked out here. Avengers coming in. At the same time, mid lane is getting bonked again. Is Agent going down? Maybe?
Oh, Wish.
Oh, and Cybot misses the Q there, and Wish coming in to save him. Cybot should have Q
Yeah, but Ornn's
probably
not
up
giving up.
now. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just too
Yes.
tanky for this.
So Wraiths just lost the fight in 2 lanes, but at the same time top lane is getting a nice push in, but yeah, the tower still falls.
Yeah, the siege on mid lane. Yes, Linus does get some damage from this turret. I don't know if he's taking it, but mid lane turret is very important objective in this game,
I
especially
would say
because
Linus
both teams
should
are
get
looking.
that tower real soon, no?
Yeah, he should be able to get it, but I think mid lane tower has higher priority than the top lane tower here,
Yeah, definitely.
especially
the
because
same-
both teams are looking to siege with their like high clear speed.
Oh, and Cupcake going low there actually. Sejuani coming in there, Putner having to flash out. Now we see Koji jumping in there. I think they just leave Sejuani to die there.
They kind of have to,
Yeah, they have to.
and if they don't watch out,
Yeah, and that should be a Drake for Wacky side. So, yes, the mid lane tower is more important, but Linus now gets his Rylai's, and that allows him to chase down Ornn in the long lane.
that's very true. Something
So
that I
he-
also noticed is that Tristana, like you mentioned earlier, is looking very much towards the late game scaling because she went for the. It's called Yuntal.
Yes,
It's Yuntal, right? Yeah.
Yes.
I half get that item just because I don't really play ADC that often myself. It's crit stacking the more auto attacks you do with a like ult lethal tempo passive on it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
you get more crits.
Okay, makes a lot of sense.
This gains you like you have to build like 1 crit item less, kind of the deal.
Yeah. Is it something that Tristana usually runs, or does Tristana usually just prefer things like Collector and stuff?
I'm actually not sure. I've seen boats. Okay, we were told it's standard, but I'm still not buying it. I'm gonna do a real quick check in the meantime because I mean these guys will scale now for the next 5 minutes again.
It is the usual build. The usual build is Yuntal into the Infinity Edge, actually.
Yeah, actually it is.
Something new.
Yeah, they've been starting to play the crit actually. Yeah. Huh, interesting. And we see a little bit fighting going on. Oh, the hook misses on Elred. It could have been another nice opportunity for them, but
Yeah.
Sivir just free scaling there, having time of his life. Mid lane's. Oh, and we might see a little bit Cybot getting caught out, being perma-slowed there. It's 3v2 for now until Syndra makes it in. Maybe they can chase down Sejuani there. Syndra is now coming in there. Should be a good damage. One stun going in. Ornn going that Call of the Foe. Yeah.
Yeah, Call of the Forge God.
Yeah, Call of the Forge God. I'm fumbling my words today, holy.
It happens. Don't worry about it. Too much.
It's been a rough week. Yeah, I mean, ult. Yeah, one ult being blown, nothing happening. Everybody walking out pretty much with full HP. Nice.
Yeah.
Banger.
It's very close in gold, but if we're looking at like who's the gold is on, I think that Wraiths has it on the better people, right? Because yes, they're even in gold, but right now Snek has it on like mostly on their tanks.
Yeah, but no, I would say everybody
also has a
kind
lot.
of even. Yeah, like mid laners are even, ADCs are even. top lane even. Only one is behind is like jungler. Jungler is 700 behind. Yeah, and that's pretty much all the gold difference that there is, like 600. So the only jungle, only gold difference comes in jungle right now. Oh, and we see a little bit of lane gank being set up in the bot side. Asking
Will
the...
it work out though? Because
It seems like
Wraith
back
is.
they know something's up.
The lane opponent just disappeared while the wave state is neutral. I don't know what happened.
Oh, and do we still have a chance? I think it's... Yeah, you should... Why didn't you throw your ultimate? Why are you throwing it now? No! Ultimate's going wide, Soraka having to flash it. Putner blowing his... No, he didn't ult actually. It was just passive small speed. Okay. I mean, yeah, we wasted a lot of time in bot lane.
No, the movement speed for Soraka, right? That came from her Q. Soraka gets a movement
Yeah.
speed boost when she's.
Yeah.
It's very fun. Good luck chasing her. She's very fast.
She is fast. Slowing you and then getting movement speed herself. Nice. Yeah, but at the same time, Xincha was clearing his jungle again, and yeah, Sejuani is just slowly falling behind, but she's a tank, so it doesn't matter that much.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, right? Xin Zhao can still like open up the gold lead a lot because he has his Herald in his back pocket right now, and he can look to secure a turret or something with it. But it just looks like he's pathing topside right now, which both tier ones are down. So it's either gonna go to waste, or he needs to go bot side now, or they need to make an incredibly flippy, risky play to try and get a tier 2. But I don't expect them to do that.
Sadly, you cannot check it.
No, you can check it on the buff he has above his health bar. He still has like half the time left. But
Oh yeah, so I think it's 5 minutes at the start or 4, something like that. I would say 5 minutes.
They're trying to look at Thresh here.
Thresh is being caught out here, getting half HP now, having to flash out. And oh, and Putner steps into the trap there, but I mean Soraka heals.
Soraka heals, something we do with, like we poke this Thresh out a lot, so it's hard for them now to get the vision control. So it should be easier for this Drake, but
Sailor getting caught out, but he's the only one who can just get into a 1v1, so it wouldn't matter that much actually. But I just noticed it's Chemtech Soul. Usually completely useless, but for Soraka it's amazing.
yeah, definitely. Soraka, Xin Zhao,
We see
Mordekaiser.
Wacky Wraiths going all in, getting in the turn kill. Sejuani trying to peel everybody. But Wacky Wraiths are just chasing them all down. There's not enough damage on Snek's side for now. That's 2 for 0 and should be a Drake secure.
That was a very early wish from the Soraka. There are not many people being low. Tristana we saw just jump and jump and jump. He actually got a hook now?
Oh,
yeah, that's a death sentence for sure.
That is truly a death sentence indeed. Yeah. I'm not sure what are we doing here. Like, this should have been a clean Drake for us, but now we are still... Oh,
Cupcake
is in the
Shadow Realm.
Yeah. Is he going down? I feel like she's going down, yeah. Everybody's falling kind of low on Wacky Wraith's side. Uzajin's still going in. Erat should be able to secure him. Yeah. Erat is securing the safety of Uzajin, but Sushi Killer having to flash out. I mean, they got 2 for 1 again, so in total 4 for 1 and a Drake. Not bad. But I don't think that they needed to waste that tempo and time there.
No, if we look at like top lane right now, top lane's wave states, meh. They took the Drake, but while Drake was being taken, your bot lane is just sitting there waiting for it to be collected, stacking up so Syndra can just take a little bite out of it, get some gold. Yeah. It's pushing, but you're just when it hits the tower, you're losing up.
Yeah, she should get that bot tower, I feel like.
Nah, Tristana's moving there. I don't think she has it in time.
Oh no,
it's still half
HP. Yeah, it's half HP.
Actually,
the grabs are doing the work, but not enough.
This is something we saw as well, like not this exactly, but what we saw in the last fight is Tristana being able to snowball a fight so much by jumping and jumping and jumping.
Yeah.
It's just very annoying to deal with, and if your Thresh doesn't hit his death sentence the first time, he is not getting the cooldown refund, and he's not like he's gonna have to wait and sit there a bit. So, do you want to go for a risky hook on a backliner? If you hit that, that means that you probably get a kill. Or do you want to throw it at one of the frontliners to your backline or frontline safer,
Zation
and getting the cooldown reduced?
dunked. Yeah,
That's a
I
big
would
chunk.
say that Wacky Wraiths doesn't have a real frontliner, so you can just hit it on everybody, anyone, and try to burst it down.
Yeah, okay, that's also.
Like
And
both
if
of
you, I
their
mean, if you hit this
frontliners are good.
Mordekaiser early enough and you try and burst them, ooh, there goes your Scout of the Week. If you hit the Mordekaiser early enough with the death sentence, then you might be able to just poke him down enough that it doesn't matter who he ults
Yeah.
from your like backline squishies, that they can still win the fight inside of the death realm.
Yeah, you're completely right. And we saw Syndra getting damaged by the bomb that was on the tower, so making her
Yeah,
quite
the
scary.
AoE on that is like surprisingly big. It always gets me.
Oh, and we see how Linus being caught out by a vision cone there. And Linus, we see fight in the bot lane, but also in the top lane at the same time. We see 1v1 in top lane, but oh, and a nice cancel. Zation getting cancelled there. Oh, and a nice 1v1 in bot lane. Meanwhile, in the top lane, it seems like everybody walked out.
That W from Tristana was a bit greedy, no? Like
Yeah.
the ult is still like available for a bounce. Yes, you ulted him a bit away from it, but he's still gonna be in range. So if you use your W that early, you're just gonna get knocked out of it.
Yeah. I would say Tristana can buffer anything, right? So just wait a little
Um,
bit more and you can just jump out of it.
she cannot buffer knockups and she cannot buffer any displacement abilities, I believe. Or like it has certain properties. I don't know the properties from anything, but I think she cannot buffer the knockup.
Okay, maybe. But then just jump earlier and get into safe distance.
Yeah, it's either you jump while Ornn is still being knocked back by your ult, or you wait, take a risk, and jump afterwards.
Anything except what she did there. So,
Basically.
but those are that old man's hand. Like he's famously known for being like 40 or 60 or 100. Who knows? It's been changing every year. But
It's actually very even in gold right now.
yeah, I mean, yeah, 2k lead, a slight lead for Wacky Wraiths, but I would say
You can also say it's a slight lead for Snek. Snek already has 3 Ornn items, which each have a 1000
yeah,
gold value.
yeah. So it's kind of even. Two Drake, one Drake for Wacky Wraiths, I mean, one Drake lead. So
Yeah, the objective lead is going to play a role in this game. I definitely believe. They're looking for a Atakan being spotted out by Ornn here, no?
yeah, I feel like it was spotted.
Yes. So they have to cancel it because otherwise it's going to be a fifth fight that you cannot win.
Yeah, they did not have their price for it, and Snek were willing to drop their waves for it.
What do you think about Atakan being removed from the game, by the way?
I mean, it's not removed. It's changed.
Is it not? Is it
No.
changed?
Yeah. The GA one is removed, so it's only the flowers one is being left. And then when you kill it, your flowers changed. Like the blood petals change into like lotus leaves or something like that. That give the same things, but 25% increased.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And once you take Atakan, you get all the petals that haven't been collected. But we see Ornn ultimate being used here, trying to start a fight. Sivir blowing his ultimate back, trying to kite it out. And okay, so a little bit trading going on there. A few ultimates being used.
Yeah, but any trade you take is kind of negative trade when the enemy has Soraka, no?
Yeah, definitely. So, and we see Ornn going a little bit too deep there. I feel like Ornn is going down there. Soraka healing everybody back to full. Nothing has happened there. Ornn has to base there, but has the TP to still contest the Drake. Oh, and it should be going down, yeah. Linus is gone down, and nice triple stun by Syndra there. Ornn TPing back in. Koji should be going down here shortly as well. Okan is quite low. Soraka's not enough to save her. Putner having to flash out of there, but now... Yeah, Sushi Killer should be going down here. Sejuani going back in. Somehow, okay, Sushi Killer went down. I can't see, and now it's 2v3, but if we keep Soraka alive, I think they are still being able to do it. Putner being placed away, Elrat running, everybody's flashing and running. Jesus. Everybody's very low. Oh, and Butner, that's not the place you wanna run. Elrat maybe trying to... Jesus, what is going on here? Yeah, Elrat is going down as well. Yeah, Snek finally won the fight.
That was a very chaotic fight. One thing that played a major role in that fight, Linus was a bit too eager to go on his vacation to Brazil.
Yeah,
Running into 5 people trying to get a death realm off doesn't work like that.
He took the fast one.
He had the plane ride back
gold.
home.
He wanted to take people to Brazil, but got the favela interaction. So
passport got denied.
There was just a shot to the head, and goodbye you go.
Yeah, I mean he was just too greedy. He walked up, played a major role in that. Tristana couldn't get her jump reset because it was waiting for Syndra to blow up, but Ornn was right on her ass. Kinda doesn't work. Don't get the reset in time, dies for it. I think it was like, what, half a second difference? If she got that, then I think the fight could have played way better. But...
Yeah.
Ace in the hole to cancel a recall. It's a short cooldown.
It's worth it.
I hear a little giggling in the background from a... You played ADC, right?
No, I played top and support.
Support ADC same.
Yeah, no, I just like to see Linus suffer.
Linus suffer. Okay.
That's why
to
I'm
be
here.
fair, he's not doing like super bad.
No, he's not doing bad, but in that lane you should be doing good. So
true.
by default, he's doing bad. Standards are a little bit different there.
Yeah, we don't talk about that last fight.
Yeah. Okay, and we see Call of the Forge coming in. Oh yeah,
silence. That's what we love to see from the Soraka. Do we expect a Warmogs from Soraka?
Yeah, I would go for it. I would say. It gives you a little bit tankiness. The only thing that can catch you out here is like a burst damage. So
it gives you a little bit tankiness. It gives you more sustain for yourself during fights. Yeah. The only thing you're doing is you're decreasing your Dawn core value by a small margin. But yeah. I think for this game, the Warmogs is going to be more important. TP's coming out trying to test the attack on.
Yeah, they're trying to contest it, but Sejuani is quite far away, I would say. And Linus is getting choked down again here, and Linus is almost there. There is still no Sejuani there, so Wacky Wraiths should be able to secure this. Usajin being caught out, almost dying there. Sushi Killer now very low, giving Usajin another reset there. Koji in the front line, Death Realm also being used there, or Shadow Realm. Everybody's dropping quite low. Oh, and Call of Forge God coming back up. This time Usajin did manage to buffer it, so I stand corrected. You can buffer it.
Hey, nice. Good to know, actually. This fight is very chaotic.
Yeah, but this fight is won by Wacky Wraiths hard.
Yeah, but I have to say it. Wraiths played this fight incredibly well.
Yeah, they definitely did. At the same time, Snek was taking a fight when the Sejuani wasn't there, so...
The only thing is I have no clue who got the attack on.
Wacky Wraiths secured it, I'm pretty sure. They were the only ones with the smite there.
Okay. Ooh, Soraka being very low by that Baron.
Yeah.
It's quite unfortunate, but also in this fight, like Syndra didn't have enough time to stack up her spheres, so her unleashed power didn't do quite as much damage as she would have liked. Because I think if she had 1 or 2 more orbs, Mordekaiser would have been executed by the unleashed power, and then yeah. But I know it's all like ifs and buts and stuff, but It's so
Things will matter there.
you can try and set up the orbs a bit earlier. That kind of stuff.
We see like third items being completed and at the same time. Are there
Yes,
4 items? Yeah, four items. Let's see that.
Tristana's not going for the Warmogs. That's gonna be a redemption. I think
Yeah, it should be a redemption on Soraka, yes. And
makes a lot of sense.
we see Oren pulling the blog again on Butner, having to shield it away. And oh, he was deleted from the game actually. 3 tanks chasing down Xin Chao and Soraka. We will get them one day. Oh, and Uzasian. Oh, oh,
Yeah, we're starting to see this late game burst damage from the Caitlyn.
yeah. That was a
That was
headshot
almost
and a half.
half. That was almost a half hit health bar just being
Yeah,
deleted out of nowhere.
this was nasty.
Uh, yeah, I don't think they should keep Caitlyn open.
Yeah, I mean,
It's maybe an adaptation they can do next game, but
there is,
their bans
yeah,
were still very like they made a lot of sense.
but there is the issue. If any of those 3 that were banned is left open, then they will pick it again in the first rotation. That's the issue. Like
Yeah,
this Snake team has 5 one-trick champions pretty much. Like Thresh is also their most played support, if I'm not wrong.
okay.
Yeah, Thresh is also most played
No,
support.
Rel. I thought Rel was the most. That's why.
No, it's for the Wacky Brace side.
Oh,
RF
I'm
has
mixing them up again. Yeah, okay.
Yes, yeah. So they all have like one champion that they stand out on. So you have to choose 3 that you ban. We did the same thing in game 1, and I got absolutely dominated by the Sejuani. I mean, yeah, we see a fight coming in here. This time Shadow Realm is being used well.
Very early
Brazil,
on Orn.
but on who? It was on Orn. Just
Yeah.
oh, it was to cancel Orn ult 2 and
No, it
Vacuum
was not to cancel Ornold.
No?
He used it after the Orn already sent the
Oh,
goat flying. He used it to open up a way for his Stana to get on top of Caitlyn's Syndra, basically.
fair enough. But this is a nomination fight, so
Yeah,
this
Tristana, Baron, it's
yeah,
over. They can enter.
it could be Joe over there. But this Snek draft has the issue of they don't have damage. This draft just does not have damage.
The thing is, you have great damage, but all your damage is single target. Caitlyn
Yeah.
single target, the Syndra single target. If you pick the Caitlyn here, you have to pick some like big AoE kind of mid laner, in my opinion. Like
Yeah, they usually pair it with Six, but
yeah,
Evacuate Bandit.
Ziggs makes a lot of sense. Hui makes a lot of sense. Maybe even a Aurelion Sol if you want to be a bit
Victor.
risky. Victor, very very strong. You can argue Azir if you play it and you know how to with like the spares. There's so many mid laners that just fail the role in this game better than the Syndra does because Syndra's just single target.
Yeah, this Syndra pick was a little bit felt a little bit weird. I mean, it gave the long range that they wanted, but
Yeah,
still
but then
missing something.
I think I don't know if they play it, but in this situation, I think Hui would have been a really really strong pick.
Yeah, I agree. Recently being buffed on this patch as well.
Ooh, my boy got buffed.
Yeah, just small buffs, but
Yeah, it's
still
always
buffs.
it's always small. But
I mean, the passive got buffed, so that's something that you proc often.
yeah, exactly. But like that kind of champions just make a bit more sense in my mind. And if I'm looking at his OP.GG, he doesn't really play those, but I see a Victor in there with
Yeah.
just almost just as many games as Syndra. So Victor would have made a lot more sense. Mel I see in there, Aurelion Souls I see in there. Like those kind of champions also still I think do a bit more AoE stuff than the Syndra.
I think
Syndra does.
Aurelion was banned as well. I
Aurelion
think
Soul was not banned, right?
no. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
RE6.
Okay.
Yeah, but Oriana was phase 1.
But
Confirmation.
what did the Snake Pack ban themselves?
Snek on second rotation, ban. Oh, that's a tough one. Hey, thank you.
Yeah.
Ilaoi
Oh, 2 top
Trundle.
laners. Okay, 2 top laners. Fair enough.
I mean, the Trundle ban makes a lot of sense because they don't want like a side laning person because
Yeah.
you don't really have anyone to deal with the Trundle right now.
Yeah.
Same with the Illaoi. It's
Illaoi is most
just
played for Linus as well, so
okay, that makes a lot of sense.
yeah.
What I've seen from this draft and what you've like I've heard from you, they play a lot of team fight. They play a lot of this kind of theme. Their biggest weakness is the split push, no?
Definitely.
So as long as we can keep playing around the split push, they might actually have a really good chance of winning.
Yeah. As long as you pick something that can wave clear, as for example this one time was Sivir. So if they like, there wasn't that moment when they had to use it, but if Snek would have been trying to deathball down mid, then Sivir can just clear the wave and nothing happens, right?
Yeah.
So as long as they keep some wave clear and then play for the split push, they should be winning this series easy.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have not seen Snek play anything else than this kind of comp.
The thing with their comp is there are a few champions that allow you to wave clear like efficient enough to maybe get a chance into shoving into Sivir. Because the aforementioned like the things we mentioned before, the running sort of way, maybe like those give you enough push on the map, or the ASOL can W, so he has more map presence, so he cycling better. It's just Snek didn't really have an answer to Wraith's game plan, and because the game was constantly super even, Wraith just has the advantage because their team comp is better into Snek team.
Yeah. Yeah, but this comes down to they can't have a plan if there is only one thing that they play. So
Yeah, okay.
it's hard to they just went for their comfort and tried to play it as good as they did. They did actually quite well, I would say. But
Well,
yeah,
next game we'll see if they stick to their plan that's been working out for them quite some time, I believe now,
yeah,
or if they maybe choose to adapt something. Are we heading into a short break now, or I would really like it.
yeah. Let's do a few minutes break. We'll be right back, everybody, and with the next draft. Welcome back, everybody. We should be going into the second draft real soon. Do you have any final thoughts on the first game?
Well, the thing we mentioned earlier is the lack of damage from the Snek side, especially the lack of AoE damage, but in general, just lack of damage. I'm curious to see how they will adapt to anything, and if they even adapt to it. We already see one adaptation in the bans.
Yeah, we leave the we removed Thresh and we leave Jarvan open, and I feel like I hope they have prepared for it. Maybe they pick it on one. Yeah, they pick it on one.
And Tristana being banned instead of Vayne.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know why we're banning Wayne right now. Yes, Butner is known for it, but this champion is absolutely kind of dog right now. So
Yeah, and we mentioned earlier that Wraiths is trying to probably play around the side lane with a good wave clear on the mid lane. And you can't really do either of that with the Vayne.
oh, and that's something interesting coming in from Snek. Never mind. I'm kidding myself. I'm just kidding myself.
What
Um,
do we expect?
a man can hope, I guess.
Oh, daring are we today?
We almost had, and this is a Caitlyn lock-in, right? On two. Can we just like lock it in? We take the Siegs early and then we take Caitlyn on three. But Vacabrates will pick the Caitlyn, so we are going for Varus, I would say.
I mean,
Um,
this six picks make a lot of sense. They want to secure that AoE damage. They want to secure the long range poke, the
yeah.
deep push of waves. It makes a lot of sense to pick it this early. And if Wraiths doesn't really play Caitlyn themselves, you don't really have to be scared of being picked away.
Yeah, you can see like okay, so they're being matched for the six. I would say it's a fine matchup for a both kind of.
I like it on the Zig side. Oh,
There's the Vayne homer. We are not
okay.
blinding Vayne when Caitlyn is up, right? Right.
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 I'm looking at
Please.
that clock. Okay,
Oh Jesus Christ. Okay, that's a Caitlyn locking.
but we just mentioned that their split push, like divide the map plan, was going so well, and how well it went into Snek. And now we're just picking full-on team
no,
fights.
no. They can still do it with their top lane pick for a split push. And then a tank that could keep them alive in or they can actually
But it's
innocent
going to
if
be
they
hard
lock
to
in.
divide the map that much if you 1-4 it instead of like 1-3-1 it, like we
Yes,
could do last
exactly.
game. Because last
Yeah.
game they had a more like 1-3-1 instead of a 1-4, and it's harder to like split up the map with the 1-4. So even if they pick a split pushing top laner here, eh, Lulu being banned away,
and that split pushing top has to be applied, so that's the issue a little bit.
I can hear it. Yorick time.
Yorick.
Maybe we see the Ilaoi that you mentioned before that Linus plays a lot. If they don't ban it, they
Yeah.
already banned Lulu. So that's going to mean
Yeah.
either like the Trundle or maybe the Ilaoi will be open this game. So maybe we can get to see that.
Yeah, you're completely right, and I want to see what they ban as well. Are they going for that Soraka actually?
It
Yeah, they,
looks
they
like
finally
it
found
makes
the kryptonite.
sense. I mean, the thing here is with the Ilaoi, right? If you leave it open, Ilaoi fills the split push role we just mentioned. Ilaoi works very well with Jarvan because of her ultimate. It makes sense. The only downside is even if you pick it, they still have Ziggs and Caitlyn.
I'm not sure that Snek has an answer for Ilawe as well. Knowing Cybot, then maybe I don't know what he could pick there. Maybe Urgot, maybe Camille. I'm not sure actually that either of them kind of win, but are we blinding Rome?
If we pick Brom here, that means we have a melee support. It synergizes very well with Sejuani, like we mentioned before. But the only thing is, it also enables Ilaoi even more. I really
Yeah,
want to see an Ilaoi. I can hear
she,
a pained producer voice in my ear.
Pain coach voices.
You don't
This
like?
is
I don't think he likes the Brom.
yeah, I don't like it either. I'm a connoisseur of Brown, but this is not it. Yeah, there's a
Yumi
double ranged.
um I think Yumi is a questionable. It's a unique pick here because it does make sure that Braum can fully focus your ADC, and if you hop off once, you risk kind of fucked by the
Yes, but
Caitlyn traps.
Yumi is also a champion that likes to buy Mikhail's as a first item,
That's true. That's very
and
true.
also
No, go for the
Yumi is.
Lowy!
What is
No.
this? Linus, what are you doing? I mean, Mundo can split push as well, to be honest, but not as well. But Yumi is just there to keep Vayne alive to get him to the late game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
now
the
we
thing
see the
with
Apex. We finally found out that triple tank comp is not that good.
yeah, but the thing as well is right. We blind Mundo
But
into someone.
wait, we have seen this one before from Snek. We have seen this one
But
before.
Aatrox is incredibly
0
strong
seconds.
into Mundo. Mundo cannot play the game.
And this time we didn't change it on Tank Lord. Okay.
Okay. Aatrox has a really good time into Mundo as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, he
So
should have.
that's why I didn't really like the Mundo pick as well, because we're locking Mundo into someone we know plays Aatrox.
I mean, no,
Uh,
he's not quite known for his Atrix, to be honest.
I mean, he was hovering it, and
Yeah,
I
but
heard the coach talk about Aatrox on him. I think I saw it in the OP.GG as well as his third most.
no.
Or is that the wrong team?
I think you're
I was
again
looking
on
at
the
the wrong
wrong
team.
team.
Uh,
You are somewhere in the wrong again.
yeah, I mean, I'm special, okay?
I'm
If we're
kidding.
looking at these team comps, yeah, it
Yeah.
looks like both team comps are going towards this 4v4 with someone in the side lane. We still can do a little bit of like flexing around, but they're
Wait.
looking team fighty with some wave clear on side, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, the Atrix pick is actually is decent, but by all means, but I
You're
would
not sending him solo
maybe,
side lane.
yeah, I would maybe gone
If
Gwen there. Looking at Sabat's like solo queue champion
mm,
pool.
Gwen would work on one hand, on the other hand, as soon as Mundo gets Warmox, his second item, Gwen cannot win in side lane.
Uh, Kinda can. I would say
Yeah,
Gwen can. Yeah, Mundo
isn't
doesn't
Gwen
have
really
quite it.
really strong as well in the meta right now?
Yes,
Okay,
but
I
but she
missed
was
something.
nerfed a little bit, but this patch, but I'm not sure how much it was. I didn't check that.
What I personally think that Snek could do here is if they want a 1-4, they send Ziggs to contest Mundo in some way because Ziggs just has really good wave clear, can keep him at bay, doesn't have to get close, doesn't get
Yeah, but Six doesn't
queued,
get
cleavered
any
easy.
kill pressure there. I would feel like Six is
Uh,
just there to stop Mundo from
yeah,
pushing.
yeah. Ziggs doesn't have the kill pressure, but Mundo also doesn't have the kill pressure against him because he's not
Yeah,
in cleaver range.
yeah,
Because
that's
that's the risky thing with Mundo. If you want to contest him in side lane and you just get cleaver after cleaver thrown at your face, you're gonna die eventually.
just dodge lol.
Just dodge. Yeah, okay, also true. So it's gonna be what I think if like Jarvan gets a good side angle, if Syndra gets a really good scatter the weak, Wraiths has a chance, but on like every other hand, I think Snek has the advantage. Wave clear wise and team fight wise.
Yeah, again, yeah. I would say I would have to agree with you.
Like, or we need
This,
to see like the rank 1 Vayne pop off here, but
yeah, this is Kozo himself. I've seen him on stream. Uh, Quite known for his vein. Looking at his solo queue match history, you can also see that he's pretty well practiced on it. 8 games, 13% win rate, meaning 1 win, 7 losses.
wait, am I looking at the wrong team again? No, I'm. It says 13 games, 77% win rate.
Uh, Wait, what? No, what?
No, am I
No.
looking at the wrong one again?
Let me check. Who are you looking at here?
I'm looking
You have to
I'm
look
looking
at
at
Twitter.
Koji. Oh,
No, you have to look at Twitter. Koji is in the jungle.
okay, yeah, 8 games, 30% win rate. No, I'm so stupid today, man.
Which one of us is drinking right now? Come on, man.
Um, Yumi. You mentioned
Most likely.
she's gonna help Vayne survive. It's gonna be important. Do we really think that Yumi's gonna do that much for the Vayne? Like, it makes a lot of sense. Like Yumi, make sure that Vayne stays alive a little bit longer. But does she really enable Vayne that has this much of a range deficit here?
No, not quite, but Yumi just like technically in the spot lane, they should not be able to die without ganks. In a clean 2v2, they should not be in a kill threat on the as a Vayne Yumi. But yeah, the range deficit in the late game will be a little bit problematic. But at the same time, then Sejuani and Braum should be going down quite quickly there.
Yeah, if Vayne gets free fire, what's important going to be this like what's going to be really important this game for Snek is that they first make sure that they do a good like poke before they actually look for a fight. Try to get vision around them. Make sure that Jarvan is either in vision or that they somewhat know where he is. Because if Jarvan gets a good flank, manages to ult Caitlyn or Ziggs, then I think then Vayne can go to town. But it's gonna be harder for Wraiths to play their fight the way they want than it's for Snek to play the fight the way they want.
Yeah, I would have to
Yeah,
agree.
my words can
Yeah.
be a bit confusing
No,
sometimes.
no. Yeah, I was thinking the same, like from top of my head, but yes, I would agree. Yeah, like has a little bit like
Loading into
we
game
order.
soon. That's good to hear.
Hear the sound.
Like we did last game, what do we expect jungle pathing to be?
Yeah, I would say on Snake side, maybe even pathing top is optional, and for Wacky Braids, you just go bot lane. I mean, you can go top. I would say both go top lane. Like bot lane should not be. Nothing should be happening there.
True. From my own experience and from what I've heard from friends, the Mundo doesn't have a good time into Aatrox in the slightest.
No, and yeah, Mundo's worst time is in the early game. Oh, and Butnerik being slowed down. Maybe has to flash. No, nobody's committing their flash to it. If anyone would have committed their flash, like Aatrox Q flash or I don't know,
I think
Seju.
Sejuani Q flash
Yeah,
would have made
then
more sense.
yeah, either one of those commits flash, then Vayne is no flash for the next 5 minutes. When we see a
Are they
late
looking
invade.
for a?
No?
No, they're just looking for a ward on the red buff.
Okay, I guess.
Caitlyn, however, is looking for a tri-bush, maybe to look for 1 or 2 auto attacks before she actually goes to do some farming. What do we think about that? I think it's Brown.
Oh.
Brown might spoil it. Nah.
No, it should not. It should be fine. But we already see a reportable offense coming in by the Yumi. Why do we have 2 health potions?
I think because Yumi is going to try and look to block Brown Qs early on to make sure that her Vayne doesn't get poked out too much.
We will see if that happens, but yeah, Mundo's already having a
Poking
right
right
time. I know.
What I'm very curious about is the first strike on 6. Like on one hand I understand it because she has range advantage. On the other side, I just think that Comet like works really well with his kit.
Yeah. I mean, both are kind of fine, but it seems like Sushi Killer is just an enjoyer of First Strike. He likes to get that money, he likes to get those items a little bit sooner if it's possible.
Or he forgot to do his rune. Either one.
Oh yeah, maybe that one as well. Can also be the option.
Something I just realized. I don't see any.
Not.
I don't really see any weird things in runes besides that, but I think that's just maybe probably like personal preference.
Nice trade in top lane.
He always goes first strike. Okay.
Yeah. As much as I've seen Sushi Killer, it's he just takes first strike and then decides the champion. Oh, and a decent trade coming in by Zajan, but Yeah, being answered back by the superior range of 6.
That's what if both mid laners are on the same health pools. Eugen has a higher kill threshold when he hits 6. So if these kind of things still happen when there's 6, Syndra has the advantage because she has a higher threshold.
Yeah, and we see that Jarvan actually batted bot, but nothing will happen there. Meanwhile, Seju is batting topside, and maybe there is actually after the next raid there is a chance for a dive or on a bounce there is a chance for a kill. A little bit trading going on in bot lane. Yeah, Red being no mana.
Yeah, but this is also what I mentioned with the reason why he may have gotten health pots. Could also just be a mistake, but just to get a little bit of pressure off the Vayne. Block a Brown Q, block a Caitlyn Q somewhat.
Yeah, and Caitlyn Q, if I'm not wrong, Caitlyn Q does more damage to the first target that it hits, so...
Yes, and then it widens and does less damage.
Yeah. A bit trading going on in bot lane. Putner getting that... Oh...
It's getting very risky for Cupcake here, managing to dodge the Q. Syndra's looking on the bot side. Doesn't really have a full roam timer. She loses a lot of minions. She had a half roam. Good decision to not fully commit on that one.
Yeah.
Losing out on 2 minions.
Yeah, I mean...
Oh, this, yeah. There goes your passive again, and now he has to play safe. Ooh.
Oh, and Butner is getting chunked quite low, and there is the first blood for Butner there.
Yeah.
Elrad should be going down here as well. No flash on the Yumi, right? So yeah, a nice double
Talk
kill
about
for
playing
Cupcake.
safe. This bot lane did not play safe enough. What did you say again, by the way? The Vayne Yumi shouldn't be able to die?
They should not be able to die unless they are mentally ill. Yeah, I'm not sure how we managed to get to that spot, but also, can we check Yumi's runes? Like, does she have mana flow? I would hope that Yumi.
Yes,
Yeah, Yumi
yes, she
has
does.
mana flow. How are we falling to 0 mana?
Likely because I've seen a lot of Qs either miss or go into brown.
Yeah, but still, if it goes into Braum, you can still get it.
Mundo being a bit greedy there. I love the mana-less top lane fights. Like, health is the only thing that matters in that lane. Linus. Well, what do you think? How is Linus doing?
He's trying his best. And this is not a fun lane.
He's trying to salvage the not so good. You being a top laner, what do you think about the Illaoi Aatrox matchup? Just out of curiosity.
Illaoi Aatrox? I would say it's a skill matchup kind of even. Maybe slightly. Yeah, it's kind of 50-50, I would say.
Let's hope we can see it soon.
Yeah, maybe in
Grub's fight makes a lot of sense. They wanted to
Yeah.
get for the Caitlyn again. Like mentioned
Koji
last
just
game.
smiting one away and walking away. Flag and drag, just getting out of there.
Yeah, he needs to
and
deny, but this poke is just getting
yeah, we're
heavy.
planting Vayne into a Caitlyn one trick. I'm not sure how this happens, but can't see you is looking for her here. Oh, and the Glacial Prison goes wide. Zacian having to flash out, but should still be going down here, and that's the third kill for Snek's side.
Yes. Unleash Power barely being able to finish Ziggs of Zerix set. So little health and mana. Just couldn't. Sejuani managed to finish it off. Linus is not walking out of these chains.
Yeah, Linus does not seem to dodge anything in that lane, to be honest. And oh, Koji having to going flash in here. Sushi Killer dropping pretty low. No mana on Sushi Killer, so with the next rotation, he should be going down here.
Yeah, no mana, no flash.
Oh, yeah, nice dodge, but
yeah,
that's not enough.
It's not gonna be enough. He was a bit greedy. I don't understand why he stayed there so long. Like, yes, I understand you want to shove in your wave, but you're against Jarvan, and we see it nearly dead Vayne again.
Yeah, so hard losing top lane, hard losing bot lane, kind of losing mid lane. Wacky Wraiths are
Linus is
not
doing
enjoying
fine.
this game.
Linus is doing fine. He has
I mean,
a
yeah, actually, yeah,
smaller.
he's only 60. Oh, and we see all in and Cupcake. Cupcake actually dropping pretty low. Koji is actually the one going down here, but they're dropping low as well. But now they're chasing the Sejuani. No
Snek has
flash
no
on
damage left.
Sejuani. Should go down there, and Braum just walking away. And a nice 2 kills on the Vayne.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I mentioned, right? If the Jarvan gets on top of Caitlyn, then Vayne can actually start doing something.
Yeah.
But what we also saw there again is Caitlyn falls. There is no damage from the supporter jungler. Good
Yeah.
block from Yumi to not cancel back.
Yeah. Those small things that you can actually do as a support to look like a human being.
It's those small things that you can do to make it not suspicious that you're watching Netflix on the side while playing Yumi.
True. There was a boring part in his series, so he had time for it.
The
Wait
ending
for the
credits.
culmination. Wait for the culmination of the next episode, and then you can see that Yumi's not even pressing spells.
Ooh, nice little scattered a week from Syndra there, managing to get a little chunk. Not much.
Oh, and we see Collector being completed already on Caitlyn.
Oh, that's pretty big. Vayne is... That's Borg, right? That she's building?
Yeah.
She's gonna need it. She's gonna need that slow.
Linus should be going down here. He's just refusing to dodge any of the spells from Aatrox. At least I think he's going down.
His health advantage was looking very, very good until Sejuani came along. He's not allowed to live here. He's stuck in between trains.
Why are we flashing? Why are we flashing? Oh, and Cupcake actually 2v2. Oh no, it's yeah, there's the Jarvan. Yumi's
It's a
on
Jarvan.
the back.
Yeah.
No flash on Braum, so it should mean. Oh, and Jarvan actually takes this one. Does not leave it to the Vayne.
Yeah, I think Vayne cancelled 2 autos.
Yeah, could have been.
Vayne is actually
weird,
starting to be able to do something, and most of the kills on Snek's side or on Seju.
Oh, that's actually true. 3 kills on Seju.
Vayne being up a little bit of gold, while down almost 20
Oh,
CS.
and that should be a kill on the
he's
Sushi
dead.
Killer.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
dead.
that's a kill on Sushi Killer.
That's the quote unquote problem with the 6 Syndra matchup, is you're not fast enough to get out of that Scout of the Week.
Yeah, you still get the full combo on. It's actually an angle where you don't W yourself, you W Syndra.
Yeah, to mess up the angle, that's exciting.
Yeah. Well, Putner now going in there. Braum trying to shield it away, but Jarvan is also there again.
Beautiful door from Braum, actually, there.
Yeah, Cupcake
Made a
trying
big,
to flash out both TPs by the mid lane that's being used. Nobody's in the mid lane. Nobody likes mid wave. Sejuani walking to bot lane as well instead of pushing the mid wave. Why are we dropping mid waves?
Syndra being taken down to half HP.
Six is actually fighting in an interesting position there.
Can we get a Glacial Prison? Please, can we get it? I want to see the big bola
prisoners?
flying.
Any prisoners?
Throw the bola, man! Come on! Oh,
Yeah,
Jarvan
we
was so dead
throw the tower.
if saving ult to next game.
Again.
Angry
This is
coach
not the
noise I
first
can hear.
And we are all here to appreciate it.
Both mid laners actually picking up the Blackfire Torch. Syndra opting for a more burn dedicated build this game. Which build do you think would be better this game? Do you agree with the build? Do you think that she should have gone burst this game?
I think that they're both doing fine. Like Syndra is, she has like 2.5 tanks to deal with, so you can just play with the burn damage. Realistically, it's hard for her, Syndra to get into the burst range of Ziggs and Caitlyn, so you are dealing with the front line a lot. For Ziggs, it's kind of the same. A little bit,
Yeah,
like
Ziggs is poke.
Yeah, Ziggs is just poke, so.
Ziggs is always. You know what I actually just saw happening Oh, this is gonna be
I think Sushi Killer is going down actually. No, we're not
barely.
committing.
We're not committing. We're not committing our flash or barrier just for the free kill that could have gotten us
Yeah.
a few plates as well.
Wait, but Sushi Killer is staying, trying to read this wave there.
Linus was actually just winning a fight very like heavily against the Atrox.
Yeah.
Oh, but
So
that guy
the
is
agent having to flash it. Oh, we finally get the glacial vision. Why are we using Prom Ultimate there?
because glacial prison and glacial fissure go well together.
Fair enough. We're playing TFT.
Thank you.
We're trying to get that trait bonus there.
Exactly.
And yeah, as we said, Linus was winning really well, and now he's. I mean, now he got it back to even by hitting that last cleaver there, but.
Yeah, I don't think he got the notice that Atrox hurts when you stand in his sweet spots constantly.
Yeah, he does seem to miss critical information there.
Doing the
Playing
real life
scaling
Mundo
game.
cosplay.
Playing the scaling game, he should be fine-ish right now if he would complete his first item.
Yeah, but the hard thing this game is both teams are playing this scaling game, so it's really just gonna the game is gonna depend on how they play out this team fights, and Snek's team fight plan is easier to execute.
Yeah. I mean, how are we still not on first item on Mundo by this time in the game? But
because he decided to get a armor cloth.
Armor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think he's sitting on like what, 1700 gold.
He should have it. Wait. What?
Did he just go Warmox first instead of Heartsteel?
Hey?
You go Heartsteel into Warmox now because you don't proc Warmox now?
No, you don't. It requires like 3000 bonus HP or something stupid. 2000.
Yeah, it requires 2000, and we're sitting on 1700 right now.
Yeah, 1700.
That's what, 2 ruby crystals?
Yep.
It's fine, but still, why not just get the Heartsteel now? Try and stack up some health.
Oh, and we see all in onto Cupcake. Cupcake being blown the fuck up. Ryokon is now in a rough spot as well. Butner trying to kite it out. Getting those shields from the Yumi as well. Flashing actually towards the Sushi Killer. Yeah, it was Sushi Killer, I think. And I can see you should be going down as well. Yeah, it's a nice 4 for 0.
This is what I meant with as soon as Jarvan gets on their backline, Vayne can go ham.
Yeah. And we see Linus flashing in top lane, and then, yeah, the Flash doing nothing because he flashed into the sweet spot still.
I don't know if that was a sad or disappointed coach noise.
This is a coach that's thinking about a new team next split. It's been a nice ride. It's been a team that has been together for like, as I've understood, like many years. But here we clearly see that either we need a new coach that taught them how to draft more than one way, or we need new players to let the coach be able to draft.
So the thing is, right? You can win definitely by like playing one way, but not when you constantly lock the same comp. Because if you're very confident in your team fight and you know that you're gonna out team fight other teams in the same league, go for team fight. Do your thing. But then also be prepared to make some adaptations within your comfort zone when people are actually adapting their style to yours.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Wacky Wraiths was also known for a long time playing the same comp over and over again. And they found like a little success on it. But recently has been dropping as well, as far as I've known.
When I played one champion a lot as well. It's just, if you're finding success on it, I understand you don't really want to swap off it.
Yeah, but no, I mean, Wacky Wraiths did the thing that you talked about. They played the same idea, but different champions.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's the most ideal way if you're only comfortable on that specific team.
Yeah. So Wacky Wraiths actually did something similar that they are doing right now in this game. So they play tank top lane, enabling jungler, and then hyper carry with enchanter.
Yeah, and then
Oh,
a
and we
mage
have
on
a
the mid
little
lane.
bit of lag in the stream.
Yeah.
We are back.
Is there an item that builds out of 3 recurve bows?
No. But all of Vayne's items build out recurve bow.
Aha! Okay, makes sense. It's what you get when you're a mage player. And you don't know ADC items.
Yeah, all of this. I'm not sure which one he's going as the next one, but there is Terminus, there is Vithen, there is Quinzo. I'm not sure which one he's going for, but this is definitely first time I'm seeing this kind of a build.
Rapid fire cannon, because then we might be able to reach Caitlyn more often.
Maybe, but that's a maybe.
It's just vision control around these dark areas is really, really important for Snek right now, because every single time Jarvan has been able to get on top of Caitlyn, and when Caitlyn gets eliminated, Vayne is going ham. She gets free play, she has no one contesting her properly, and she can just do whatever she wants. But Ziggs does not have enough damage to do anything.
Oh, Ziggs is dead.
Nope, because Canada
we
came out way too early. He's still dead. But
Yeah,
that's Canada came out way too early.
Way too early. I saw Jarvan behind him, so I assumed like Ziggs is going to die, but this Scattered of the Week was interesting.
But like, if they still had Cataclysm here, Aatrox would have been dead as well.
Yeah, definitely. But let's see, like the overall, like Snek is leading a little bit in gold, but at the same time, Wacky Wraiths has 3 Drakes.
But what I don't understand is why does Aatrox go bot here? Did he TP? I think he TP'd.
Yeah, he TP'd.
Yeah, so we TP bot to still lose bot tower right now, and while no one is top to contest this Mundo. So we're giving away 2 turrets, and we're using our TP.
Yes, but Mundo went Warmog's first item, so we don't really care.
True, he should be reported for that.
Yeah, we clearly can see Mundo's lack of...
Wait, he's not going Heartsteel, is he?
No.
Makes sense. Heartsteel going Heartsteel second isn't really that worth it.
Yeah. I'm not even sure what he's going with it.
Is it just me or is the stream frozen again?
Stream is frozen.
Oh, okay.
We are back. Yeah, we
What am I initially building? He's either going Hullbreaker or Deadman's, right?
Yeah. I would hope it's Deadman's. Maybe.
We're stuck on the same.
It feels like they paused somewhere in the game, and that's messing us up. We'll be right back as soon as we can. But in the meantime, I'm not sure what Linus is doing with that build.
Yeah, I'm very curious as well, because I'm not suspecting a Hullbreaker, because Mundo is not the usual champion to buy it, because normally you buy on things like Set, things like Urgot, that actually have ways to consistently proc the 5th hit passive. And Mundo, yeah, he has his auto attack cancel with his E, but he's not doing it consistently enough.
Yeah,
so that doesn't really make sense. And on the other hand, he can build Deadman's because maybe he wants to reach the Caitlyn better with the movement speed. But that doesn't really make sense to me.
Yeah.
Is there any other item that builds out of it? Or am I just confused?
No, it can also be the magic resist item, the Force of Nature. And Deadman's a Force of Nature, Hullbreaker. Then that's pretty much it.
Force of Nature also doesn't make any sense here.
No. We are seeing... yeah, thank you. We see a Drake fight going in, everybody almost low HP on Snek side. We see a Drake being secured by Snek here. This might be the fight that they can actually do something. Cupcake, what are we doing?
No.
Okay, and Butner is just blowing everybody up, I think, here.
Yeah, Vayne got ahead enough to just go absolute apeshit.
Yeah. But hey,
I really wish
denied
this
the
game
soul.
to go on for a bit longer because I'm now just curious what the fuck this this window is building.
Yeah. So right now it can still be either of the 3 items here with that ruby
Yep.
crystal added.
Get your bets in. What's it gonna be?
Get your bets in. We have to just ask it, I guess.
So it's looking very good for the side of Wraiths, I think. Yes, the gold is still fairly even, but Wraiths is up 2 Drakes. They're on soul point right now. Um, they have turrets. The bot turret is about to fall. It's like half HP, and your gold is on the person you really want it on.
Yeah.
Like most of your gold is on this vein right now, right?
Yeah, definitely most of it is on there.
So this is gonna be real rough for Snek. They really have to play to try and shut down this vein in every possible team fight. But like you said earlier, Yumi is really good at keeping this vein safe.
And
Although
actually he did
she
not
didn't get
go
McKills.
Mikkel.
We
Yeah.
just noticed at the same time.
Yeah. Actually true. That's interesting against like Prom and Sejuani that you don't go it, but huh. I guess Stonecore is a good item. I don't know. Oh, and we see Vayne just going straight into there. There's no tower. That's a fake one. Oh, and he
Fake
got out
tower.
actually out of the Cataclysm with that Herald. Sorry, I just had to laugh at that in middle of the fight. I can't see you going down. Putner still is straight up. That's a pentakill. That's a pentakill.
Nope,
No,
it's not.
scatter of the scatter of the week. I know what's
No,
it
no,
called?
no. For
What's the ultimate
now
called?
now I forgot. Unleash power.
Unleash power. Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Unleash power with the kill steal.
Yeah. Deny the pentakill from the Vayne.
Nah, I mean, he doesn't really deny it. I don't think he would have reached it after the Eldritch
No,
Flash either way.
no. They would have just chased him under the tower and killed him. Vayne gets extra movement speed while moving towards enemies, and especially with Yumi's E movement speed and then ultimate extra movement speed, and yeah, they would have caught that penta.
So we report Sinra here.
No, we report Linus for doing whatever he's doing.
Wait,
Now
what is
we're
he
switching
building?
to. Now are we switching to Spirit Visage? Uh,
What am I looking at?
can we zoom in on that Griefer? Can we just, for a second, like, let's take a moment to look at that guy who's making business calls, but all of his businesses are failing. Like, he's bankrupted like 3 of his last businesses, to be honest.
Ace of the hole for some poke. Some poke didn't even really scratch Sinra that much.
Yeah.
Um,
This businessman has no idea how to conduct business, to be honest.
no. He's going on a business trip.
This guys, this is what you can see when somebody says that you should buy cryptocurrency. This is not real. This will not help you, and everybody who does it are just trying to flip
Big
it
fight on mid
into.
lane. Something is happening mid.
No, Snek is just running.
Oh no, they're all just standing on a little clump.
Yeah, but Vayne did use her ultimate in there.
Oh,
So
what is it? Final hour?
yeah, you should be.
Vayne
You
is
should
one of
be
the
right.
only ults I don't final.
Yeah, it is final hour. So that makes her a little bit more catchable with maybe like a Sage ultimate, but and with that flash being still down for like few seconds, there is the only chance for Snek I feel like that they could search for it.
What we could try and do, since Yumi doesn't have McKills, is look for this Glacial Prison on this Vayne, Glacial Fissure her, and then just try and, like, bomba.
Yeah, just go for a big bomb. Go for the nuclear blast.
Because yes, you're using all your resources on this Vayne, but
But
right
he's the
now
only
Wraiths
one.
kinda has like all their eggs in one basket.
Yeah, he's the only one that actually does something, so Oh, and Cybot is dropping really low here.
Yeah, we're just sieging, making sure they have to base here. They cannot contest this Drake. Soul is gonna be Wraiths here if they just play for the Soul. You have Soul. Just go get it. Someone just base in your face.
I mean, they do have the Baron, so they can take it later on if they want to. They
Yeah,
just
also true.
actually they're doing fine, pushing with the Baron and then taking Drake after the Baron runs out and just
But
as an exit.
can't you, like, for example, send one person bot, send one person mid, make sure that you get Baron value. The other three get the Drake because they can't really contest you in any way, and you still get the value from them.
You can just send one guy to do Drake as well, like so just send Jarvan.
Yeah.
Have Mundo stay with maybe let Mundo stay alone and then the other three just sit together. But I mean it's kind of risky. I don't know.
Yeah,
Check,
Mundo is trying.
this in.
Okay, so he got Spare Visage, and now he's getting Deadmans with the item he bought.
Yeah, it looks like it. What he's getting is Brain Tumor for me. That seems to be the only thing he's getting at this game.
I have some good news for Snek. Vayne almost has her final item. She cannot get more after that, I guess.
She can sell boots, but we see if Sushi Killer is being caught out
Bye.
here. Butner flashing over the wall. Glacial Prism missing on Butner. Butner is trying to go in. Cybot trying to find Butner, but there is just no damage for the Butner. Everybody's from the sec side running and
Butner doesn't even need to kite. He's just standing still, auto attacking, winning.
yeah. Cataclysm being flashed out by Braum.
They should be able to get this turret, and if they overextend even a little bit, they should be able to.
Yeah. This should be a game-ending fight here. Butner just going all in on Cupcake. Cupcake doing a full combo, not even scratching it up, and like, yeah, this should be game end.
I mean, now I understand why Vayne got banned when we have a Caitlyn.
Yeah, that is true.
I was doubting the Vayne, but now I can see pretty good Vayne.
Pretty good, decent. Even though and actually they dropped like kills in
Look
the
at
early
that
game.
skill.
Like,
Look at that skill.
yeah,
Look
yeah,
at the
he's
skill.
maximum kiting over there. Can we get like
Standing still, menacingly.
more kills? Like, can we get that kill? Can we get it? Can we get it? Yeah, we can get it.
Okay. Well,
GG's. 18 kills on Wayne. So who
yes.
do you think should get the MVP of this game?
Yeah, I'm gonna be real honest with boss. I think Yumi. No, I'm joking. Definitely, Butner, this game was
Yeah,
just rocking. It's crazy. Is it the best out of 3?
it should be. Yeah, yeah, we got confirmation. Yes, best out of 3.
Okay.
So with this we say farewell to the snack pack, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, so they sent Invicta to lower bracket, then lost to, I wanna say, QT. Oh, okay. So yeah, I was about to say Monkey Esports, but okay, they lost to QT and now fell for the Wacky Wraiths. That should give them fourth spot, I think, maybe something like that. Fifth, sixth. Okay, close enough.
Yeah.
Close enough. Just a little bit out of the reach.
Yeah. I don't know much about the standing. I just get the message. Yo, you want to do something? You want to do some casting? Yeah, sure.
I mean, yeah, Snek actually didn't play that bad, but it seems like they're
They're
how to
too
say it.
reliant on their same theme with the same champions incorporated in that. They're
Yes,
not
thank you for saying it nicely.
they're not able to flex towards what they need, and that's no offense to the coach who's sitting in the call. It's yeah, a little bit more flexibility, and then I think that could solve a lot of their problems.
Yeah, yeah. And we see At the same time, like we can't take anything away from Wacky Wraiths. They played it
Oh, they played it
quite
very
decently.
clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And can we see? Can I find the table somewhere? Wacky Wraiths should be going against AG next, I think. Maybe. Oh,
AG is
never mind.
playing versus Monk Esports tomorrow.
Right. Right. We still have that game going on as well. Jesus Christ, Linus is not keeping up with those tables. I have nowhere to check it, and this dude is just, I don't know, building Spirit Visage on Mundo and not posting the
Rushing
tables.
Warmox on Mundo.
I'm not sure about that one. I think if we take anything away from that game, then it's not that Snek back lost, it's not that Vacubrates won, it's not that Putner dropped a masterclass Vayne performance, it's that Linus is a freak.
What a beautiful way of describing it.
I wish you would have just said out the music, outro music on there. But everybody, that's been that game. I don't know if we have anybody to ask for any comments. I don't know anybody writes in chat real quick that wants to come for an interview and shit talk. Anybody that besides Linus, he is not allowed to speak.
Linus not allowed to speak.
I will give like 10 seconds.
Oh. So yeah, any other things you want to add to the flame?
I mean, how much can I beat the man who doesn't know what he's doing? It's a little bit rude. I believe that we have another game being streamed tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. I'll be here again.
You will be there again. I won't be with you this time. It will be somebody else, but be sure to tune in to that one as well. Another banger matchup should be Monkey Esports and Assassin's Creed. So with that, it was nice. Nice casting with you again. And
thank you. Same for you.
see you, everybody.
See you.